Welcome to Let's Talk. On today's episode, we'll be talking to a beautician. Sit tight as we talk to Amber Lindsey. So on today's show, we have Amber Lindsey. How you doing, Amber?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good. Glad you could join me today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So when did you begin doing hair? Like, when was the first time you said, like, I like doing hair, or you were just playing around, or what?
It kind of started me being forced into taking care of my own hair.
Mm-hmm.
I had lots of hair, so my mom refused to do it, so that put me in a position to have to do my own hair. Then I had a handful of people that wanted to get their hair done, wanted to get braided, or wanted me to put in a relaxer.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of live by, I want to do other people's hair as I would want mine done. I wanted to do hair probably officially once I turned 25. It kind of started off as I need to have something under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of grew, to love it even more than I expected to. So 2013,
Mm-hmm.
I started I started the Northern Institute of Cosmetology.
Okay.
And I graduated in 2014. I went to 2 other salons after that. And then the one that I'm at now, Studio 828, where I'm presently at. And I love the salon. So that's what I'm doing now.
Okay. What inspires you to come up with different hairstyles?
I am going to throw a name out there. My cousin Jasmine,
Mm-hmm.
she kind of forced me. She would give me different tasks like, oh, you need to learn how to do this sew-in so you can do it on me. Or you need to learn how to do these braids because I want these. So it kind of pushed me. That's what also pushed me to go to school, because I'm like, I'm doing all this stuff. Why don't I go and, do it officially and make money?
Yeah.
I grew to love it, and I kind of pushed myself to learn different things and take myself, out of my comfort zone, which it really did. I wanted to be more versatile rather than just saying, oh, this is the only thing I do. I didn't want to limit myself, but I still wanted to be able to find my niche.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to figure out, what you can do.
Right.
I'm not perfect at everything, but I'm working to perfect everything that I do. So,
what would you say is like your specialty? So if someone called you, like, you already know what they're calling for.
braiding.
Braiding?
Yes.
What makes your braiding better than the average braider?
A lot of people talk about my parting and my neatness. It started off like when I first started, braiding. I wasted a lot of time parting because I just had to have it perfect. My braid had to be perfect. So now I've kind of sped up the process,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still being effective in my parting.
Okay.
So along the way, I've gotten a lot of compliments. Oh my gosh, those parts are so straight, or it's so neat,
Mm-hmm.
And then there's different products that also help, the neatness. But I would say braiding is my specialty, and that's what everybody knows me is doing.
What other type of styles do you like doing?
I like to do natural. I do natural hair.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a handful of clients that still get relaxers. Natural hair is probably one of my favorites, just because you have to work a little bit more harder. It's a little bit more challenging, rather than saying, oh, I'm just give you a relaxer because this is going to lay easier.
Mm-hmm.
So, depending on
So does it
the
depend
texture.
on the style? Like do you
Depends
go...
on texture, the style. Like if I just do a regular flat iron,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a challenge of getting everything straight and
Mm-hmm.
making it look like you got a relaxer, but you don't have relaxer.
Mm-hmm.
I do like to do natural styles, like I said, braiding, flat twist, styles, twist outs. I like to color. I'm still working on my coloring. I haven't perfected that, but I do have people behind me that help me a lot because I'm not where I would like to be.
Is there a style that you're like, I won't do that, or I don't do it?
Micro braids.
You don't do micro braids?
No, I don't.
Does it take too long, or?
Too long, and then there's also that people's edges come out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I know if your edges is out, you have some micro braids. That's me, but it doesn't have to be true.
Yeah.
That's just where my mind goes. And then just the usage of glue. I'm not crazy about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't knock anybody that does it, but I don't perform those services.
Okay. So we're just gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with Amber Lindsey. Alright, we are back with Amber Lindsey, the beautician. So you did say what shop you work in currently.
Mm-hmm.
Have you worked in other shops?
I did.
How was your transition from working in other shops to this one? And what do you say you like the most about this one compared to another shop that you've worked in before?
I think with anything that we first start off doing, we kind of got to figure out what fits us, what fits the services that we provide, what fits our personality, what fits the things that we need to work on. I knew that I didn't want to just put myself out there. I knew that I needed a mentor. First going into it, I don't think I really actually picked a person. I was just kind of threw myself out to the wolves. I did work in 2 other salons. I worked in Number 5 Salon in Elyria, and I worked at JCPenney's. And both, I had a small clientele. It was enough to get my feet wet. JCPenney's, Midway Mall does not, unfortunately, they don't have the business that they used to have going in and going out. So it was hard to really develop like a clientele that would stick with me. So it was, people just trying me out and seeing what I did and how I did and how they liked it. The first salon I worked at, I pretty much did everything as far as styling that I wanted. I braided. I was able to braid. I was able to do sew-ins. I was able to just do natural hair. And that wasn't a fit for me. So I went on to JCPenney's. JCPenney's wasn't a fit. And I just I just kind of felt like I was trying on a shoe, you know, and Studio 828 is like probably one of the best things that happened to me. Shaquana Young is the owner. I started off working under her, working for her, you know, and just being on payroll, which I highly recommend that to develop your clientele and to build it. I think everybody should work under somebody. Like I've said before, my journey is not the same as everybody else's, which is okay. Me coming straight out of school, I wasn't ready to have my own. I wasn't ready to be a booth runner because I needed to build up my clientele to be able to give that booth rent. So I wasn't ready. And then I've been at Studio 828. It's been 3 years in July. And it's not just a salon. It's like so much more than that. It's a getaway for myself, a getaway for our clientele. The atmosphere, I've never seen the atmosphere like it. The clients of the different hairstylists, everybody, you know, they talk to each other, they greet each other. I mean, it's just an all around good atmosphere, you know, laughing, talking with fellow women, you know, just getting to know each other and just kind of, that's just your place to just relax. So not only do I do adults, I do little girls, and some little boys also. I braid some little boys. So that the mixture of clientele that I have mostly comes from the clientele of Shaquana. You know, may it be kids or her clientele that wants to get braids, they'll come to me. We don't say, oh no, that's my client, you can't. We don't do that. With everybody, if I'm not available, I'll ask Shaquana, or if Shaquana's not, then, you know, we'll ask each other. So just all of that wrapped up, like I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm happy that I did get to experience that with her, as far as seeing another salon and how it's ran. Growing up, I always thought that you were supposed to be in a salon from 10 to 10. And I'm not knocking it, but that's what I thought growing up. And then I seen how Shaquana ran her business, and your hour is your hour. You know what I mean? And I really, you know, go by that, unless I'm going over 15 minutes or whatever. But I really
so you're strictly on your time?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a big thing. Time, because you know you don't want people lingering, and you just want to get them in and get them out. And that also, you know, how you run your business and how you get them in and get them out, that determines whether they'll come back. You know, so I just want to keep my time and consider other people's time, you know, and that's it.
Okay. What other events have you done hair for?
I have done 3 J. Von Terrence fashion shows.
Okay.
I think it's 2. I did the one at the Palace Theater, and then I did the one recently at the Lighthouse. So I think that's just, no, I did the one at Leary High also, so I did do 3. That was an awesome opportunity, because I also wanted to venture out of the salon. I didn't always want to be in the salon 24/7, so it's really fun when I do get calls about fashion shows or shoots to do those, because it just takes me out of that element and then puts me into like fast-paced fashion. I enjoy that a lot.
Okay.
So
How can we contact you? Do you have any social media that connects you to the shop, or do people just reach you at your number? How do we get in contact with you?
I do have social media. My Facebook is Amber Lindsey. My Instagram is Appletreeseam, AppleTriceam. And my Snapchat is APPLEL. Everything's lowercase. And then I don't really run my Twitter, so. But other than that, that's where you can find videos.
And people can reach you.
And people can reach me.
Both in all of those places?
Yes, okay. At those places. And then my cell phone number is free for everyone to know if you want to contact me. It is 440-506-1695. And then you can also reach me at the salon, Studio 828. That number is 440-219-4038.
Okay. And the last thing, I just want to open the floor for you to just speak to those people that may want to become a beautician, and just let them know like what the process is, and how they can do what you're doing.
Well, signing up for school is easy. That's the easy part. A lot of people just say, well, I already know how to do hair, so let me just go get this license or this piece of paper. It's so much more than that. There's a business side of it that you must know, regardless if you're a booth renter or if you're on payroll. They teach you the basics, cutting, braiding, all of that. They teach you the basics, but your real learning environment is when you get out there and actually you're in a beauty salon. There are so many situations that come up from when people are calling for you and they expect you to be available right then and there, and it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes they get lucky, so you have to learn how to manage your schedule or your book, however you keep your clients in your book or schedule. It took me, they'll tell you that it takes you 9 to 11 months. It took me about 10 months to get through it. School is very fun, but then there comes a point where you have to crack down, because those hours count, when you're attending. If you come, then you'll get done fast. If you don't, then you're just dragging it out. It's so much. I probably can't even say it, but like I said, your only real learning environment is when you really get out there and get your feet wet. Being at different salons, from growing up in different salons and seeing, different how they're ran, the 3 that I was at. You see different things. You see, different ways business is conducted, and you have to be on top of your stuff, being a hairstylist. And you have to love it. You really have to love it. I have fun every day. It's not even like going to work, because I already know that I know how to do these things. But, you just have to love what you do. And if you're just moping around and not wanting to do it, and you're just not really in it, then it's probably not for you. If you are not a people person, then you probably should not do hair, because you're dealing with all different types of people, and they're looking for somebody to make them pretty, to make them feel good. And you can be a counselor, you be, just a ear for, they're just not coming to get their hair done, and another thing is, I learned that your personality will get you far. The ability to do certain hairstyles, that definitely matters. But if you know how to do some good hair, but you have a bad attitude, it has to be a balance. Yeah. So I can say 1,000 other things,
Mm-hmm.
but I probably can't get it in this segment.
Okay.
So if anybody has any questions, I definitely put everything out there for them to reach me
Okay.
and give my opinion. So
Okay. Thank you so much for coming.
thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching this episode of Let's Talk. Please like, share, and subscribe to my page so that you can tune into the next episode of Let's Talk.